Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts, opinions, and feels on WAPA! Curse of the Sphinx by Raye Wagner. I'm actually going to insert a picture of this cover because it doesn't really want to show up on my camera because of my lighting, because the lights are bright, but here's the cover right here. Ooh, ah, yes. Also, I'm going to go ahead and apologize if you can hear the rain in the background. It's raining outside and there's nothing I can do about it. I really wanted to film this video today, so we're going to film and I'm going to talk about this glorious book. So if you have not heard about The Curse of the Sphinx, basically we follow this girl by the name of Hope, who is not your average high school girl. She's actually a monster. She's a Sphinx. Get it? Curse of the Sphinx. She's the Sphinx. A Sphinx is basically a human lion with wings. Hope is keeping the fact that she is a Sphinx a secret because it's dangerous if she reveals that secret because she is being hunted because of the fact that she is a Sphinx. Sphinx, Sphinx, Sphinx. How many times am I gonna say it in this video? Probably a million times. When Hope's mom is suddenly ripped away from her, she must learn to live life on her own. But not only that, she must continue running because she's still being hunted. This book was really enjoyable and I'm actually having a really hard time kind of pinpointing negative things about this book because I just really enjoyed my time reading this book, but I do like to kind of balance out my book reviews with positive and negative things, so I'm going to try to do that today with this review. But for the most part, I really enjoyed this book. It was a really fun read. I really enjoyed the Greek mythology surrounding this book and how it came into play with the plot. There were moments fueled by tragedy and emotion, and there were moments full of action and suspense. Something that I enjoyed the most about the story was the character development, because we see Hope go through quite the transformation throughout this book. She starts out living a very sheltered life. Her mother is very overprotective of her, and then once her mother is kind of ripped away from her, we kind of see Hope facing things that she never had to face before and how she deals with that. She really goes through this big transformation. She's having to move again, and she's having to do the whole moving process on her own. She's having to buy a house, she's having to find a new school to go to, dealing with being the new girl, and she's also still dealing with the fact that she's a Sphinx, and there's a lot that comes along with that, like being hunted. She's constantly having to deal with the fact that she's on the run and she's being hunted. The writing style was very simple and easy to read, and that's something that I really enjoyed about this book. The one thing that I didn't love was the prologue. The prologue didn't really catch me or grab me. I actually struggled my way through the prologue, but once you get through the prologue, you really start to enjoy the story. I think it took like 5 chapters for me to really get hooked on the story, but something so emotional and tragic happens in chapter 5, and it just keeps you reading and reading and reading until you're completely finished with the story. One of my favorite bits of the writing was the transformation scenes where Hope is transforming into the Sphinx. Those scenes were just so detailed and just so well written and captivating. All the characters within this book were so well fleshed out. Even the ones that were just there for a little bit of time, you really kind of get to understand them and their relationship with Hope and their friendships. I really loved Hope's character, and I found myself getting really attached to her. And you almost can't help but get attached to Hope because she is going through so much. You just kind of want to be there for her and to follow her on her journey and her adventure that's right in front of her. You just want to keep going with her and kind of keep growing with her and kind of seeing how she transitions and how she deals with the different situations that she's put in. The plot was exciting. Like I said, it did take like 5 chapters for me to really get hooked on the story, but once you get to that chapter 5, you won't want to put this book down, trust me, because you're just so curious as to everything that's going on, how Hope's going to deal with different situations that she's put in. There were fast-paced moments, there were mysterious moments, and really tragic and emotional moments that just keep you reading. The one complaint that I do have is that I felt like this book just ended too soon, and I know that there's going to be a sequel, so I'm hoping that we get just a little bit more from the sequel, because when it ended I was just like, that's it? Can we just have a little bit more, please? Can we please just keep the story going a little bit longer? I think I'm definitely gonna have to pick up the novella for this book because I think it might fill that need for a little bit more from this story. Overall, like I said, I really enjoyed this book and I can totally recommend picking this book up. If you have a Kindle Unlimited account, it's free on there, and also if you just have a Kindle, it's only $2.99 for the ebook, so you should definitely pick this up if you have a Kindle and you're interested in reading this book. It's really cheap. Let me know down below if you plan to pick up The Curse of the Sphinx. Also let me know down below if you have read this book and what you thought of it. I would love to hear your thoughts, opinions, and feels. I want to give a shout out to Raye Wagner for sponsoring this video, but know that all opinions within this video are my own. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you soon with a new video. Later. Is a Sphinx, the Sphinx, the Sphinx. But not only that, she must be and you almost can't help but get